So in the last lecture, we added author as a sub-document in this course document. In this lecture, I'm going to show you how to change this to an array of sub-documents. So first we rename this property to authors and then change its value to an array of author schema. Okay? Now here when creating a course, also we want to pass an array of authors. So I'm going to rename this parameter to authors. Okay? And finally, this is where we're creating a course. So instead of passing one author object, we pass an array. Here's the first author, and here's the second one. Let's say John. Now, back in Compass, I'm going to delete this collection so we see all the new data without any confusion. Okay. Now, back in the terminal, Node embedding.js. Okay, here's our new course document. You can see authors is set to an array with two objects. This is the first author, and here's the second author. And if you look in Compass, let's refresh here. This is the courses collection. Here's our course document with an array of authors. Beautiful. Every author is an object. When you expand that, you see two properties, ID and name. Beautiful. Now we can always add an author to this array later on. Let me show you. So back in the code, let's create a new function, async function add author. So we pass a course ID here and an author object. Now here we need to find the course first. So constant course, we set this to await course dot find by ID. And here we pass this course ID argument. We have the course. Now, course.authors, as you know, is an array. So we can call the push method to push this author object in this array. But our changes are only in memory. They are not saved to the database. So we need to call course.save. Now let me delete this and call add author. Here we need to pass the course ID. So I'm going to go back in Compass and copy this course ID. So paste it here and then pass a new author object with the name, let's say Amy. Save, back in the terminal. Let's run this again. Okay, our changes are saved to the database, so let's verify them. I'm going to refresh here. Here's the authors. Look, we have 3 objects in this array. And here's our new author, Amy. Removing an author is very similar. So back in the code, let's add a new function, async function, remove author. Here we need 2 parameters, course ID and author ID. So first we load the course, just like before. Now we go to course.authors. Here we have a method called ID. And with that, we can look up a child object by its ID. So we pass this author ID. That gives us the author object. Now we can call the remove method on this object. And finally, save the course. Okay, so let's call this new function remove author. Now we need an author ID. So back in Compass, here is the ID of Amy. So I'm going to paste that here. Okay, let's run this. Node embedding.js. Beautiful. Let's take a look at our data. So I'm going to refresh this page. Authors. Look, we have only 2 authors now. Amy is gone. So this is how we work with sub-documents.